Welcome, one and all. Today is March 14th, 2016, and this is Mastermind call number 70. And I always do say this, but it is true. I think we have a record turnout. Thank you all for being early, for being on time, and for being here. We have 3 people in the queue already, so I may only have to, and this may be the last time I say this. If you would like to participate, hit *6 and then hit 1, and you'll get put into the question queue. Anything, partners? All 4 of us are on the line. Anything anybody would like to share from an informational standpoint? Anything you want to share with the group?
Nah, we're going to be meeting together for the next. We're getting together starting on Sunday through next Wednesday, planning our next conquests, and we hope to come back from that with great information next week. So we'll be looking forward to what we have to tell you next Thursday.
Excellent. Chad, anything you want to add from a training perspective?
No, not today. We'll just jump to the callers.
Okay. Tom, customer service, anything on your end?
Nope, we're good. Thank you.
As long as we're talking customer service, I have to mention this on every call. You have all 4 partners on the line. I believe we now have 4 or 5 employees. So if the best way to get help with anything you need is to send an email to support@alltheleads.com and be as specific as possible about what you need. All 4 of us read that. All of our employees read that. And our response time is less than 20 minutes. Usually somebody will call you back in 10, 15 minutes or less. But the more specific you can be about exactly what you need, the easier it is for the right person to call you back. Because we've heard from some of you, you get passed from one person to another, and usually that's because you called me, and I'm sales. I'm probably the least technologically proficient of my partners. So if you call me with a tech question, I'm probably going to pass you on to one of them. But the best way to get to where you need to be directly is just send an email to support@alltheleads. All right, guys, great turnout. We have 3 people in the queue. Again, *6 and hit 1 if you'd like to participate, and we'll go to our first person. Phone number ending in 7627. You're up.
Oh, hi, Jim. This is Larry Hauser in Southern California here, Los Angeles area.
Hey, welcome, Larry.
I just wanted to go over something that I did this week that I think might be beneficial to the other members here.
Please.
I went around to facilitated care homes, and I asked to, I walked right in and I asked if I could talk with it, and I didn't have any script ready. So I walked in, I tried to contact the administrator. Sometimes they're called the social services administrator, but they're the ones that are in charge of the facility. And I just kind of went over with her, and each time it was a woman, what we offer with a 5-step program. And, I don't expect anything right away, but I just kind of tried to build rapport with these people to let them know that I had a service that seems to be very, very much in demand from people when they get into a situation where they're the administrator of an estate and they have to do liquidations. So, I don't know what will become of that, but I left a few brochures. But the idea was I got eyeball-to-eyeball contact with somebody, and they could size me up as being good or bad or whatever. But at least I was there, so who knows? They talk to the heirs of the people that they have in their homes. And I think that what we have could be beneficial to these people.
No, great. And Larry, how were you received by the people that you met with?
I was received very well. And, usually when you go in somewhere as a real estate agent, it's like, yeah, I already heard this shit. I don't want to hear anymore. But, they obviously, I don't think they've been approached that way. And, I went to large facilities, but I also know that there are small facilities around. Now, being in real estate, I've discovered over the years that single-level homes are attractive to people that want to open up a small facilitated care facility, anywhere from 6 to maybe 15 beds, 3 in a room, whatever. And, if you look around, there are a lot of those that you don't even know are facilitated care facilities. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with going in there and talking to these people as well if you don't have anything else to do.
Great. Chad, I know you have a take on that as part of your mastery program. I think you touch on that, correct?
Yeah, good for you, man. I mean, that's the reason it was well received and no one else was doing it is because it's out of most realtors' comfort zone. So here's to you for stepping out and doing that. And a lot of times the person you're looking for is their title is program coordinator, and it's different facilities are different. There's some of them have different titles, but good for you for doing that. And just remember when you're going in there that you can help them understand that don't necessarily introduce yourself as a realtor, but maybe as a transition real estate specialist, or however you want to term that. But
probate solutions.
Well, I wouldn't even use the word probate because you're in that scenario. You're offering value before death occurs. So I would say that it's a life transition expert. So you understand what it means to have to sell assets to be able to get Medicaid to pick up payments, and how to deal with personal property. Mm-hmm. You've aligned yourself with professionals. So help the program coordinator or the administrators understand that you offer more than just sales and marketing of real estate. You bring an all-encompassing solution to the table with a team of people behind it. And when they understand that, and the next time they're talking to somebody and they say, well, mom has a house, so Medicaid won't pick up the payments, we got to sell that. Oh, well, yeah, there's actually a guy here in town that can help get all the personal property sold for the most amount of money, put the rest in storage, anything that your mom doesn't want to sell right now, and get the home sold quickly for the most amount of money. Here's his brochure. And you can get direct endorsements from each of those people. So good for you, man. Keep doing that. Go to as many as you can. And I think it would be good if you had some sort of, maybe a trifold brochure. Bud.
That's what I have.
Yeah, okay. So, leave those everywhere you can and get to know as many of those people in town as you can.
Larry, go ahead.
It might be interesting about that as well, and I just thought about this while we're talking about it, having unfortunately had to deal with this with my mom. I know that one of the things that is frequently discussed in a care facility is payments. One of the things that goes on, and all too often, people are putting their folks into a facility that has good service and good people and all of that, and they can only stay there until their money runs out. And when their money runs out, they have to put them in a lesser facility, and it's very traumatic for everybody. And oftentimes in the Medicaid, Medicare world, until you've spent all of mom or dad's money, they're just going to sit there and take the money until it's gone. And the fact that you're coming in there somewhat pre-need is highly advantageous. And if you can have the opportunity to speak to family members before anyone has passed on, now you're really in the driver's seat, and you can legitimately offer them so much help. They don't have time to think about that. And if there's a house, oftentimes it just sits until the loved one passes away or until they can get to it. Your services always apply. This is a great opportunity for you to provide a real value to those people.
And Larry, for those on the call that think maybe you have a lot of time on your hand, Larry is in LA County. How many probate leads are you getting a month in LA, Larry?
Well, I've only gotten one bunch, and that was like 400, I think.
So Larry's got 400 probate leads to work.
I couldn't possibly work them. Work them. I'm in the southern part of the county, and I spent hours and hours weeding out the ones that were. I'm not going to Sylmar. I'm not going out to the valley, but there are plenty of them down here. So
I'm going to Sylmar.
And Larry, hopefully you're referring those out that you don't want to work to other agents.
I did, give a bunch of them to a guy I know. He and his girlfriend work.
Because I would highly recommend you do it on a referral basis. It wouldn't take you too long to where your entire program will be covered, with referral fees. Just a suggestion, but I just want to compliment you. You got your hands full with the county you're in, and you're being proactive. And we find that a lot. We always tell agents, call the attorney, and it's usually, more often than not, it's not the agent that gets 20 or 30 leads that probably has the time. It's a really proactive agent that makes the time to be proactive, to reach out to the attorneys, to go to the facilities like you're doing. So congratulations, way to go, and thank you for sharing it. I'm sure you'll inspire somebody else on the call
I hope
to do the same.
I hope it plants a seed in the minds of other people.
Thank you very much, sir. We got a good number of people in the queue. Anything else, Larry? Thank you for sharing.
Nope, that'll do it. Thanks.
All right, excellent. Thank you very much. Next up is phone number ending in 2131. You're up.
I'm just new, looking for information on how this works.
Sure. Who is this?
This is Vicki Fournier from Port Huron, Michigan. Keller Williams.
Hey, Vicki. Yeah, hi, Vicki. Have you and I spoken before?
Spoke on the phone.
Okay. I'm sure I gave you a pretty good overview of the system, but do you have any specific questions that we can help you with today?
No, not at this time.
Okay.
I'm just
very good. Thank you.
Do some information gathering.
All right. Well, keep listening. You'll get some great information for this call. Thank you for being here. All right. Next up is phone number ending in 1927. You're up.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
How you doing? My name is Al Brown. I'm calling from the New York area, and I'm good. I'm just calling to get some information, like the young lady before me just mentioned. I'm just trying to get some information and learn about the product, and that's about it.
Okay. Anybody that just wants an overview of the system, again, alltheleads.com, or call me, and I'll give you a complete overview of the system. It's 954-584-0000. Those of you that have called me, I hardly ever answer the phone because I'm always on it, but I will always call you back within 5 minutes or so.
Can you repeat that number, please?
954-584-0000. And
okay.
It's extension 203. Al, any specific questions that we can help you with?
No. I just wanted to be on, so in case I had one, I could ask.
Yeah.
But right now, no.
Okay, great. All right. Well, then.
Sounds like, hey, Jim.
What's that?
It sounds like we've got quite a few people who haven't signed up that might just be listening in. I wanted to mention, just after this call at 2:00 today, we're hosting a free training webinar that's kind of a probate crash course. So for those of you, if you're not our subscribers, 2 ways you can find it. Well, I'll just say the easiest way to find it is go to Facebook and look at the post on All the Leads Facebook page. You can register for that webinar there. It's about a 90 minutes, just really fast crash course on what probate is, how the process works, how to gather leads, and then at the end it kind of ties together what we do. So if you're not real clear on how probate works and what the opportunity is, and you're thinking about being a subscriber, that can be a really valuable, webinar for you. So it starts at 2:00, and you can find.
And tell them again where to find it, Chad. The Facebook group and where to find it.
You find the registration link. It's on All the Leads, our Facebook page, not the group.
Okay, Facebook page, All the Leads, and it's right on the top of the page.
Yeah, there was a post this morning that's reminding everybody. So.
Excellent. You'll have to do that quick because half hour between this call ending and that one starting. So I thought we had a lot of questions. We do have one more. It looks like we're going to have time for several more. So again, guys, please, if you have a specific question, issue, something like Larry that you want to share with the group, hit *6 and then hit 1. In the meantime, let's go to the phone number ending in 4568. You're up.
Yes, hi. I'm Dave Friedman. How you doing?
Hey, great, Dave. Welcome.
Thank you. I've signed up with the program, and just a couple of questions. My program is for Ventura County, and it says that I start April 1st. So is it usually 2 to 3 weeks, and then I'll start to receive the leads? Is that correct? From April 1st?
Dave, when you sign up, you instantly get access to the back end of our website. And then it can be 2 to 3 weeks. Sometimes it's sooner, but it can be 2 to 3 weeks until you get your first set of data. After you get the data, after that, it'll come about the same time every month. Give or take a few days for the weekend, but if you get it on the 15th, you can pretty much expect it on or around the 15th every month.
So I go to All the Leads website and I'll go ahead and sign in, is what you're saying, and then I'll be on the back end.
Yes, and I would highly recommend, if you haven't done that, Dave, and for everybody else on the call, as soon as you sign up, you have the access to the members only, the members section, the members resources on our website, and just sign in with your email and your password. And the first thing you should do is watch the fast track videos. There's 5 10 to 12-minute videos that Chad created, and they do a tremendous job of giving you a ton of information in a very concise format. And we know how busy realtors are, and we don't, myself included, don't have the longest attention span, so we put it in kind of bite-sized segments. So while you're waiting for the leads to come, watch those videos, look at the templated letters, choose and download the letter you want to use, modify it, make it your own. And if you're going to have us do the mailings, you can upload it back to us. If you're going to do them yourself, just have everything ready to go. So by the time your leads do arrive, you'll hit the ground running. And you'll get an email, Dave, with an Excel spreadsheet with your leads attached, and they'll also be posted on the back end of your website in case you lose the email or you're traveling.
And what section
Any leads
would that
you
be?
ever receive? What's that?
Is there a section or a header I click on to check for leads?
It'll say file downloads, right, Chad?
Subscriber downloads.
Subscriber downloads.
Oh, okay, great. And the other question is I signed up for the group education. I think it was like $250.
Yes, sir.
About probate, and there are like 3 webinars. I think the third one is this Friday. And I believe it said that there are recordings, so if you missed one, where would I access past recordings?
You should have gotten. I put you in, so you got the invites for both live sessions, and you got the recordings immediately after. Let me actually. Could you? I'll call you after this, Dave, to make sure that I've got the right email for you.
Yeah, it's just Dave at 818myhouse.com.
Yeah,
so you
so
can email me later or resend
Yeah,
it.
Dave, maybe check your spam possibly. Have you done that?
I'll go ahead and do that, and it would be under all the leads.
Correct.
So it probably came from GoToWebinar, but I know for a fact that you've been in. So sorry you missed those. We'll try to figure that out before tomorrow's session.
All right.
Yeah, that would be great for me to be able to listen to that before.
Excellent. All of a sudden we have 5 people in the queue. Anything else,
Great.
Dave?
No, that should do it. That will be helpful.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you soon. Phone number ending in 6506. You're up.
Good morning. This is Ed Byington, Boise, Idaho.
Yes, sir.
Question I have is there on the website or somewhere samples of these brochures that you're using, the trifolds or something like that, or do we just have to dream that up?
Have you been looking around on our website at all? I really want to know what you've seen and not seen because we're making some changes. Have you looked at the section entitled Mailbox Motivator?
No, I missed that one.
Yeah, if you'll go take a look at that, look under the system and look at Mailbox Motivator, and it will give you lots of information about all of that data. Plus, in addition to that, in the members area, we give you samples of things that you can download and do it yourself if you want to go do that. We make it as easy as we can, and all the data is there. If you have any issues with it, certainly the folks that handle the mailings for us are happy to work with you, but we provide all that information for you.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Next up is phone number ending in 1003. You're up.
Let me call you back.
That's you. Call him back. You're up, 1003. Can you hear us?
This Roger.
Hey, Roger. Roger, you were setting a listing appointment while you were on hold for us. I heard you. Good job.
Thank you.
Sure.
The second thing you should do is and it's perfect right after mention of mailbox motivators. Get some mail out as quickly as possible to personal representatives and attorneys, and use that to transform your initial call outs as a warm call instead of a cold call. And the great first question is, did you get my mailer? And that just automatically just sets up a whole conversation, and it's been working incredibly well for me.
Roger, you're like a radio station talk show. You're a frequent caller to this. I mean, you're a frequent contributor to the Mastermind call. And we have a lot of people that haven't been on before, but if I could just summarize real quick, Roger had extreme call reluctance when he started this program, and I believe the first conversation you had was with an attorney, and you ended up getting an $8 million listing out of it. And I think that kind of cured your call reluctance. Since then, you've really reached out to both the homeowners and the attorneys via mail, and I don't think you're as afraid to pick up the phone anymore. Am I correct?
Heck no, I love it.
Great. Yeah, thank you for sharing. You always have a lot of good content. And any new listings this week? I know last week you'd had one or two.
Yes, I got one, made my first call on the listing yesterday, and we're working towards that. My first closing was scheduled for tomorrow, but they moved it off to the 25th because they had to get some, it was a buyer issue that forced it to be moved off to the 25th, but Monday I've got my first probate. So I've got about two in the hopper, in the bag, ready to go. The second one will pay for my entire year.
Wow, you've been in the program about 3 months or
about
4 months?
4 months. 4 months.
About
yes,
4
sir.
months. And from hearing you talk, you must be in Miami or Los Angeles, right?
I'm in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
I'm just kidding. So, hey, if it works in Arkansas, it works anywhere. So, thank you for contributing. I always appreciate your contribution to the call, Roger. We got two more people in the queue. 0507, you're up next.
Yeah, good morning. This is Jim Freeman from Western Washington. And
hey, Jim.
Glad to have that call immediately before me. I've been in the program, this is my third month. And I also have been sending out the letters immediately, the first letters to the personal representatives. And I have been following up with phone calls, but my reception hasn't been all that I would hope it would be. The people that I talk to, I've been able to connect with, are, a little bit resentful that I'm calling them. Sometimes they're grieving. And then I haven't been able to connect on some of the phone calls. I just haven't, called them at the right time. But
sure.
What is the, is there a menu or a layout of the processes? So I know you guys have 3 letters. I assume that you want to send out the letter first, do at least one follow-up call next. If you can't connect or if people aren't responding to you well, do you recommend sending out the second and third letters for the call in between, or what's the process that you find most effective?
Good question.
So what we find to be best practices, we mail your first letter immediately, and try to, just like Roger said, drop a phone call right behind it so you warm up that phone call, and then wait 30 days. So we order all of our mail at once, but we space the letters out 30 days. And we try to time the phone calls to come just behind the letter. So when you're calling, hey, this is Jim from ADC Real Estate. I sent you a letter last week. Just wanted to follow up and make sure you got that and you understood why we sent it. You remember seeing that? And I think what you'll find, and even in Washington, we had a broker there who was amazed with how warm her reception was. It's once you get really clear on kind of that, what we call probate USP, getting able to, asking good questions and being able to roll through the conversation, people will really see the value in what you do. There's a couple of, if you look under step 4 and subscriber resources, step 5 actually, there's a document called a probate seller interview sheet. And that kind of follows it's a conversation framework. So kind of from top to bottom, that's the order we try to to teach people to the progression of the conversation. And there's a couple of role plays also just below that, and you can kind of listen to a couple of those role play calls and see how that conversation goes. But you're doing the right thing. I mean, keep making calls, and you'll figure out what works. But what you try to establish in the beginning of the conversation: why I contacted you, how I got your information, what value I can bring that nobody else can. And by the way, is there a home that you guys could use some help with? And if you can get those things out in a really fluid, confident statement, it seems to really, that was a ticket for me. Like, it really changed the reception that I got when they were able to understand, oh, okay, so this guy's not the typical real estate agent, and he's offering way more service than I expected. And then you end that on a question. By the way, is there a home that we could help with, or is there any way that a real estate professional could help you guys out?
Jim, I
think that would change your reception.
Jim, I strongly suggest the first Wednesday of every month we do a role play call, and those are also posted in both the members area and on our Facebook members group. Listen to the last two role play calls, especially the one before last.
Number 6 was a good one.
Yeah, that'll really answer that question for you in detail. And we spent a whole call with people that were having similar issues, kind of walking them through it. And I can't remember, one of them reported back about a month later that his results had changed. So part of it is the luck of the draw. Jim, you might be, your first 10 conversations might be with people that just aren't ready yet. And then you might be like Roger and get an $8 million listing your first conversation. Part of it is
what was it, Kathy last week? She made 12 phone calls, took a listing,
12 phone calls and got a listing.
The other 11 answered.
Exactly. So, yeah, part of it is timing, and part of it is just letting the numbers work for you. But probably a bigger part of it is just coming in with the right attitude and asking the right questions. So I would definitely recommend you listen to those two calls and come on that Wednesday call with us, and we'll role play it with you next time. That's just a couple weeks away. Okay. Anything else, sir?
No, that sounds great. Thanks for the information.
You're welcome. Thank you. We have time, and we happen to have one more call in the queue, so that's perfect timing. Phone number ending in 1696. You are up.
Hello.
Hi there.
This is Jackie in Florida.
Hey, Jackie.
And I'm recently certified in the probate arena, and in the process I have found out that the county that I am servicing does not have published leads online. And so I'm looking for something to subscribe to so that I don't have to go to the courthouse. And I'm noticing that you are showing leads per month in my county, and I was wondering how you go about, gathering your information.
Yeah, Jackie, and there's very few counties in the country where the data is available online, and even those you get very scattered information.
Mm-hmm.
So we get all of Florida. We can get every county in Florida, and the vast majority of them we have a physical presence that visits the courthouse. We'll send a team of people that'll spend anywhere from a few hours to a couple days down there, and it's a terrible use of your time. But we hire people that are already familiar with the workings of the courthouse, and they can navigate it, and they come back and get us good information. And then we supplement it with phone numbers, multiple phone numbers, which you aren't going to get. Our agents tell us we give you 5 phone numbers, Jackie. The first one, the one that comes up the most often and the most recently. By the time you get to the 4th or 5th phone number, it might just be somebody else that lives at that address. But, Chad, what do the agents tell us? Somewhere around 80% of the time they're able to get a hold of the people by phone with one of the phone numbers. Is that about right? Yeah. And then, Jackie, again, call. It sounds like you and I haven't spoken, but please call me and I'll walk you through the whole program. It's 954-584-0000, extension 203.
203. Okay.
Yep. Right. Now I'm going to be. I've got another call right after this one. But
okay.
Anytime after 3:30 today, I'd be available.
Okay. Thanks so much.
All right. Thank you. Great call today, guys. It's right. We're going to end right at 30 minutes. Roger, thank you for sharing. Jim, everybody who participated. I always end these calls by challenging you to take one thing, one idea, one thing that inspired you today. Go out and put it into practice this week and come back and share it with us next week. Thank you so much, guys. Make it a great week. We will talk to you next Thursday. Take care.